Good morning from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Just walking along the beautiful harbor front here. I'm so amazed at this green space that they have in Toronto. Like I said in a previous video, I kind of expected Toronto to just be like a concrete jungle kind of a city, but no, there is so much green space and the waterfront is absolutely gorgeous. So very pleasantly surprised. Since I'm enjoying the green space so much, I'm going to spend the morning walking along the waterfront in the opposite direction that I have usually been going down. To see what else is around here. I can see a giant Inukshuk in the distance, so that's going to be cool to see. And then afterwards, I'm going to see the Fort York Historical Site, which is a preserved area that was important for the War of 1812. So that's going to be kind of a different sort of a vibe than I've seen in Toronto so far. So that doesn't open till 11. So I'm gonna walk along the waterfront there and back until it opens. Look at that skyline! It's about 10:30 now. The Fort York Historical Site is going to open soon, so I'm just going to head back over there so I can be there right at opening time. This is it. I can't go in quite yet. Okay, here is the entrance. I'm pretty early actually, but I'm seeing other people in there, so let's see if I can actually get in early. There's also a visitor center here. I think I'm actually going to do that first before I go to the actual historical site, just because I'm not super knowledgeable about the War of 1812 to begin with. I'll learn in the visitor center and then go check out the actual site. Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess I'm going to the fort with zero knowledge about the subject. I shouldn't say zero knowledge. Well, what I know is like the extreme basics. So after the American War of Independence from the British were obviously still in Canada. So the Americans marched on British Canada, and there were a handful of battles in 1812 and 1813, I believe. That is what this site is commemorating, from what I understand. Got myself a map. Oh, I can go inside. that the city of Toronto actually originated from this garrison here. So there was a military fort established here because of the threat of an American invasion, and it was called Fort York. So actually Toronto was originally called York, and the name was changed to Toronto in 1834. There's an interesting contrast of the old and new here. It's filled in. I'm really impressed with the preservation of these buildings. Also, most of the objects inside of here are actually from this period of time. A lot of things are recovered archaeologically or just preserved in other ways. So most of the things are not reproductions. It's very interesting. This is so cool. It's a wine cellar back there. I've just come out of the Fort York historical site, and I've got to say I'm super impressed with that museum. Like I said, the restoration of it, the actual buildings themselves are fascinating. They were renovated over the years during the 1800s and then obviously restored recently, but they're authentic. They're very interesting architecture. Very cool to see the way people in the army would have lived at that time. And so many artifacts still remaining. Very cool sight to see. I like to think I have a little bit more knowledge of the history of Canada now. Very cool sight to see in Toronto, and it's completely free to come visit, so there's no excuse not to, really.